Hey, it's Bruce Feldman. Pleased to be joined this week by one of the stars of USC's explosive offense, Travis Dye. Travis, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So, Travis, we had you on this show last year, but you were an Oregon Duck at the time.
Mm.
How different is it right now for you you're still tearing it up in the Pac-12, but to be doing it here in LA, your hometown?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a dream come true. It's definitely a different environment, definitely a different look at football, but it's been awesome.
What's the biggest change for you to be back home and be just down the street basically from so many friends and family as opposed to being up in Eugene pretty far away?
Probably the busy weekends I have, because I'm always going to mom's house or my wife's mom's house or something like that. It would definitely probably be, always just going places rather than Oregon. I was just always at home. Um, I would say just visiting family a lot, being back.
I mean, for you, obviously things have been great for the Trojans, but your old school, and they're coming off a huge win against UCLA, big environment. They've really got it going. How has it been to see your old teammates and that school thriving the way they have from a distance and watch them?
Oh, I'm super pumped for those guys. I got nothing but love for everybody on that team, and everybody on that coaching staff. So, it's really nice seeing them having the success they're having this year. All kudos to them. I wish nothing but, you know, good things in their future.
So just to go back a step, when did you first really think, all right, I'm even though I've had great success there and my family's seen a lot of games there between you and your brother, that I want to go someplace else and I want to go home?
It never really until I made the decision. And then I told everybody when I made the decision. I was going back and forth, and it was a really tough decision. I couldn't really make it on my own. I had to talk to a lot of family members, and get a lot of advice from people who've done it before me. So I mean, but it was definitely a super. It kept me up at night, for about a week straight. And so it definitely wasn't an easy decision.
What was the biggest thing that made you go, I got to do it? I got to take this shot.
I would say just the opportunity that LA brings and the opportunity SC can bring to to what football means, and bringing them back on the map. That really intrigued me. Um, Coming back home, it was a lot of factors to it, and there was a lot of factors on why to stay at Oregon, but ultimately it was just I had to come back.
We've seen, and I'm sure you've heard about just the success Lincoln had, especially at Oklahoma. Heisman Trophy winners, big offenses. When you get to be in this offense day to day, practices, see him as a play caller, see what he can do for you, maybe to get you in space, how you fit. What is kind of the wow aspect to being a part of this offense that maybe you can only know if you're there day to day and on the inside?
I would say just two things. The competition that's in every day. That we are always competing. It doesn't matter if we're in spiders or pads. It really doesn't. And then the next thing being the way that he comes up with his playbook and the way that we do our plays. We're learning something new almost every day, to add to the playbook. And I love it, because it keeps other teams, other defenses on their toes. We never run the same thing twice, it feels like, going into the next week.
How does it work for you? I mean, at some point, does he come up to you or does the running back come up to you and go, hey, we got this week? And is it almost like kid in a candy store where I can't wait to get out on the practice field and put it on the defense?
Yeah, pretty much. He'll give us shoot us a text of a few plays, and my eyes will light up, and just be going out there and do it against the defense, and it actually works or something like that. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
What do those texts looks like, and when do they usually pop into your phone?
It could be anytime. It could be, right now. It could be, early in the morning. It could be late at night. That's why you always got to be mentally prepared, for anything.
For you to have Caleb, he was a transfer, obviously Jordan Addison. I mean, there was other transfers who came in, but it felt a little like an all-star team uh, getting together in Los Angeles. How challenging is it? Obviously, the firepower is there, but how challenging is it to transition and to kind of mesh and to have the timing down and obviously also to keep everybody happy, as much happy as they can with the ball and fitting into new school, not just the new staff.
Mhm. Oh, it's not easy at all, and it, having the selfless players that we have on our team, it helps tremendously. And just knowing that we have a lot of players on a team that can make plays and just keep doing your job each play day in day out, and things will happen for you if you just keep going. It could be Jordan one game, could be me the next, could be Mario the next. You just gotta, and it could be all of us in the next game. You just gotta keep pushing, gotta keep working. And I think everybody has that mindset.
I know people look at you and see the mustache and know you're a married man, and you don't look like the typical college kid. And for people who remember, your older brother was a terrific linebacker, that they feel like you've been around for a long time. As much production as you had last year at Oregon, I mean, how tough was it for you to say, you know what? There's only so many carries in a running back's life. I'm going to try my shot at the NFL as opposed to, have a transition back at a different college.
Yeah, it was really tough. That was definitely in my decision making going to the draft. But at the end of the day, I looked at how chunky the draft was going to be last year, and how I could benefit if I did come back, if I worked on some more things with my pass blocking game and an my open space field game. I could really raise my stock. And so that was just a decision at the end of the day.
What did you weigh when you first left LA to go to Eugene? And it seems like you have made an effort to be a very punishing physical runner. I think people tend to think of you as a complete back, but I don't know if until this year they realize how physical you are. I don't know if if you've grown into this or just or what's been that evolution for you been like?
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much stayed around the same weight throughout my college career, around 200, 195. But honestly, it's just the technique and, taking the coaching in and utilizing that when it's time to utilize it. And, just having a lot of experience on the field and with other coaches and how they teach and, putting that all together. I think I've made huge strides with that.
You guys go on the road to play Arizona. It's a pretty explosive Wildcats team now. They've improved a lot. How many new techs or new things or should we be on the lookout for that are going to show up for the USC offense and for Travis Dye?
You gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see. It's gonna be a good game. That's a great team. It's gonna be a great challenge for us after what happened in Utah. And so going on the road, we're gonna put some points on the board for sure.
How much is the kind of a pit in your stomach about just that game in Utah and trying to get that bad taste out of your mouth?
Mm-hmm. You can't really get the taste out of your mouth. You can just tolerate it a little bit more each and every day. But it sucked for sure. I wanted to win so bad. Everybody wanted to win so bad, but we came up short. It happens. Football. Just got to keep pushing. Everything we want is right in front of us. The only thing that's not promised to us, that's not in front of us anymore, is an undefeated season. And so, you know, it's it's a huge deal, but you got to keep moving on.
All right. Well, Travis, we'll let you move on. We know you got a busy week ahead of you with the Wildcats up next. Best of luck. Great seeing you again.
Thank you. Great seeing you too, bro.